Hello, I'm Erik Robey.
And I'm Kristin Lagana. Welcome to Anne Arundel County Week in Review. Today we'll show you what's left now that the dust has settled on the county budget, and we'll preview the opening of Maryland Live. But first, making headlines, we missed a big story last week that can't go without mention. It's about a local teen who has made a tremendous advance in the fight to detect cancer early by using just a little piece of paper. As the Washington Examiner said it, remember the name Jack Andraka. The 15-year-old freshman at North County High School has developed a sort of litmus test to identify pancreatic, ovarian, and lung cancers quickly and cheaply. You can see an interview Jack did with the Wall Street Journal on our Facebook page at facebook.com/ArundelTV. Wow, Erik, what did you do in high school biology? I mean, we just dissected frogs and stuff.
High school biology. Did I go to that class?
I don't even know.
I think I did. Nothing even close to what he's done. This kid is amazing. Did you hear him say he works at Johns Hopkins? That's just incredible. This will just boost the profile of Anne Arundel County schools even more because we have some of the best science, technology, engineering, and math or STEM programs in the nation, including a great program at Anne Arundel Community College that feeds into Fort Meade, Hopkins, and other local employers. This invention could open up a lot of doors in the treatment of this deadly disease. Congratulations to Jack.
Man, I could feel like I could have applied myself a bit better. Maybe I should have tried a little harder in school, Erik.
But you're here on Week in Review.
I am here on Week in Review.
You do recycling.
It doesn't get any better than this.
What more could you want, Kristin?
I am living the dream. The county council, by a 6-to-1 vote, passed the county's $1.2 billion budget this week. Of course, a lot of that money will go to STEM programs that you just mentioned. The council cut about $3.9 million from the budget recommended by County Executive Leopold, but kept a lot of the blueprint intact. Here are a few highlights. The $1 billion capital budget funds a new Eastern District Police Station and a fire station in Lake Shore, plus several new schools and a new public boat ramp at Fort Smallwood Park. Furloughs are eliminated for county employees. Trash collection goes to once a week, and your collection fee goes down from $315 to $298. The property tax rate increases by 3 cents per $100 of assessed property value and adds 128 new teachers. If you want to get each detail of the budget, go to www.aacounty.org. You can look at project descriptions, tax burden comparisons by jurisdiction, and the budget speech by the county executive.
Well, one item that Kristin just mentioned is trash pickup. That's right, folks. This week we go to the new schedule. We want to remind everyone one more time that starting on June 4th, that's Monday, your recycle day becomes your only pickup day. Franklin and Carolyn had Molly Cannon on last week asking everybody to try to put out the trash the night before because many of the routes will change. Again, you can go to www.aacounty.org and get more details. And there's more Week in Review to come, folks, so stay with us because we'll be right back.
Turning a 20-foot wall into a canvas takes vision. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
Welcome back. On May 26th at approximately 10 p.m., Eastern District officers responded to the 300 block of Highland Drive in Glen Burnie for a report of a stabbing. Additional information was received indicating that a gun was fired in front of the building. Joining us now is Public Information Officer Justin Mulcahy with further details on the investigation. Justin.
When officers arrived, they detained several individuals for questioning. One subject became combative with officers and he was brought under control with an electronic control device, being a taser. It was then determined that the subject who received the taser deployment was the suspect involved in the stabbing. He was identified as Timothy Lee Stiles. Information obtained from witnesses led officers to the identity of the subject who had fired a shot into the air in front of the building. He was identified as Lorenzo Derrick Hall. Officers arrived on scene and located two victims of a stabbing. One was a 37-year-old female who had been stabbed multiple times in the torso. She was taken in shock trauma. She's the girlfriend of the suspect, Timothy Stiles. The other individual stabbed was her 18-year-old son. He was stabbed in the torso and taken to Baltimore Washington Medical Center. Now, officers learned that Stiles and the victim were involved in an argument inside of her apartment. This was shortly before 10 p.m. The argument became violent when Stiles picked up a kitchen knife and stabbed both victims. The suspect, Lorenzo Hall, is a friend of the 18-year-old male victim and fired the weapon into the air while outside of the apartment building. He fired it for unknown reasons. Both the knife and handgun were recovered at the scene. Now, at this time, it appears that only one shot was fired from the weapon. Stiles was taken to BWMC as a result of the taser deployment, which is standard procedure. He was then taken to Eastern District for charges. Hall was also taken to Eastern District for charges. The suspects are Timothy Lee Stiles, age 44, of 1907 Apartment D, Copeland Street in Annapolis. He's charged with attempted second-degree murder, 2 counts, first and second-degree assault, 2 counts each, reckless endangerment, disorderly conduct, and failure to obey a lawful order. That second suspect is Lorenzo Derrick Hall, age 19, of 7897 Apartment I in Glen Burnie. He's charged with first and second-degree assault, disorderly conduct, reckless endangerment, and 4 handgun violations. Folks, we're going to move on now to our second incident. That one took place on May 27th around 4 p.m. That's when officers from the Northern District responded to the area of 6th Street and Cross Street in Brooklyn Park for a report of a stabbing. When officers arrived on scene, they located a 17-year-old male victim from Brooklyn Park suffering from multiple lacerations to his upper body. The victim stated he was walking down 6th Street when he heard a vehicle stop behind him. A male suspect exited that vehicle, approached the victim, and demanded money. The suspect then began to rummage through the victim's pockets and took a pack of cigarettes along with a knife from the victim. The suspect attempted to take the victim's cell phone, but the victim resisted. During the struggle, the suspect pulled out a box cutter knife and proceeded to cut the victim in the upper body. The suspect then entered a green vehicle, possibly a 4-door Buick. He was then seen fleeing the area towards Baltimore City. The victim could not identify the driver of that vehicle, who left the scene with the suspect. A lookout was broadcast for the suspect and vehicle. Several Northern District units with assistance from a canine unit canvassed the vicinity but were unable to locate the suspect. Baltimore City Police were also notified of the incident and given a lookout. The victim was transported to shock trauma with what was deemed to be possible life-threatening injuries, and this investigation is active and ongoing. The suspect in this case is described as a black male in his late 20s to early 30s, approximately 6 feet, 180 to 200 pounds. Described as having a dark complexion, stocky build, and a chin strap beard, last seen wearing a black baseball hat with a gray brim. No further information is available at this time on suspect number 2. Folks, as always, if you have any information on any crimes or suspects mentioned on the show, don't hesitate to call, email, or text your tip to Metro Crime Stoppers hotline. It's available 24 hours a day, toll-free at 1-866-7-LOCK-UP, or you could text message MCS plus your message to crimes at 274-637. You can also visit that website, www.metrocrimestoppers.net. Remember, phone calls are not recorded, callers remain anonymous, and you might be eligible for a cash reward of up to $2,000. Back to you.
Thanks, Justin.
This week, the Anne Arundel County Fire Department responded to more than 1,539 calls for service. This included more than 1,219 emergency medical calls and 113 fire calls. This week, 1 person was taken to an area hospital after being rescued from a swimming pool, and 4 were injured after being involved in a motor vehicle collision in the northern area of the county. With us now to tell us more about these incidents is Division Chief Michael Cox of the Anne Arundel County Fire Department. Chief.
Thanks, Kristin. The first incident occurred just before 6:43 p.m. on Monday, May 28, 2012, when Anne Arundel County firefighters responded to a reported drowning in the 100 block of 9th Avenue. This was located in the Brooklyn Park area of the county. The first unit to arrive on the scene reported that a male subject had been pulled from the water unconscious and not breathing. Bystanders at the scene had begun to perform CPR until the arrival of firefighters and paramedics, who then immediately took over resuscitation efforts. The patient, a 53-year-old male, suffered life-threatening injuries as a result. He was transported Priority 1 to Harbor Hospital Center in Baltimore via ground ambulance. In a second incident, Anne Arundel County firefighters responded to a reported motor vehicle collision in the area of Baltimore Annapolis Boulevard and Ritchie Highway around 6:04 p.m. on Wednesday, May 30th, 2012. The first unit to arrive on location of this incident reported a two-car accident with injuries. In all, there were a total of 4 patients who were transported to area hospitals. 2 of the patients, a 42-year-old female and a 53-year-old male, suffered serious but non-life-threatening injuries. They were transported to the University of Maryland's R. Adams Cowley Shock Trauma Center in Baltimore, Priority 2, via ground ambulance. 2 other patients also suffered minor injuries and were transported to local hospitals to be evaluated. Kristin?
Thanks, Chief. County fire officials want to remind everyone that with summer now upon us, all residents should ensure that the appropriate safety precautions are taken for a safe pool experience. The Anne Arundel County Fire Department recommends the following actions for a safe pool experience. Ensure that there is an approved fence, barrier completely surrounding all pools. Pool gates should never be propped open for any reason and should be equipped with self-closing latches. Ensure steps or ladders leading to an above-ground pool are secured, locked, or removed when the pool is not in use. Ensure pool covers are always completely removed when the pool is in use. Standing water is always removed from the cover. Always have adult supervision at a pool and never leave young children unattended. Never rely on flotation devices or swimming lessons to take the place of adult supervision. Ensure a telephone is available at poolside with emergency numbers posted near the phone. Make sure parents, guardians, and babysitters who know CPR need not wait for emergency personnel and should institute CPR or mouth-to-mouth resuscitation immediately. Ensure diving is never allowed into an above-ground pool because it is too shallow. Ensure people using poolside sliding boards always slide feet first, avoiding the risk of suffering head and neck injuries from striking the bottom of the pool head first. Remove toys and flotation devices from the pool when not in use. These objects are often attractive to non-swimmers. Remember, the consumption of alcohol in swimming or diving is not a good combination. Be safe, don't drink and dive.
Well, the new Services for Seniors directory is out, folks. I know you've been waiting a long time for this, and our own Mary Felter has all the details with Aging and Disabilities Director Pam Jordan. Mary.
Thank you. Today it's my pleasure to interview Pam Jordan, who is the director of the Anne Arundel County Department of Aging and Disabilities. I'm here at her office and out on the balcony next to her door, and want to talk to her about our new Services for Seniors directory that the department has published. Welcome to Week in Review, Pam.
Thank you, Mary. Always a pleasure to be here on the show.
I asked you to be on the show because we have the new directory that's just come out. We print with all the information for seniors, adults with disabilities, and their caregivers. So what's special about the directory this year, in your opinion?
Well, what's special, and I'm very excited about this, is staff put a lot of effort into personalizing this directory for the residents of this county, and we have a lot of pictures of people from around the county, actual residents that participate in our senior centers, individuals with disabilities. So we tried to really personalize this. In addition to that, staff took a lot of time and effort to go through each of these listings to be sure that it was relevant and accurate and to take suggestions for other listings. So we want that people that pick up this guide to say, wow, somebody was really thinking of me and what my needs are when they open up this book.
How is this put together every year?
Every year we have this incredible partnership with What's Up Annapolis, Friends of Arundel Seniors, and the Anne Arundel County Service Providers Group, along with, of course, the Anne Arundel County Department of Aging and Disabilities. And it's a wonderful project. It's no cost to the taxpayers. It's a beautiful book. What's Up Annapolis publishes it, and any proceeds go to the Friends of Arundel Seniors to benefit seniors in need in the county.
What is Friends of the Arundel Seniors?
Friends of Arundel Seniors is a group that provides home repairs and small projects for older adults and people with disabilities. Things like retrofitting a bathroom, putting grab bars in, that sort of thing, that would help people stay in their homes longer.
It's wonderful that they're able to use part of the profits from the sales of the ads in the book. I understand the Service Provider Group is the one that buys most of the ads, so we are appreciative of that, I know. Where can people get copies of this book?
Well, it's online. Thank you very much, Mary. You've worked very hard on that. So you can certainly go to the Department of Aging and Disabilities website. Also, it's, of course, in all of our senior centers, libraries. I understand we're getting it out to Food Lion stores and Wawas. And we're just doing a lot of outreach with it. So those are some of the main locations where you can find this book.
And I also wanted to mention it's at CVS pharmacies as well in the Annapolis and Anne Arundel County areas. So it's a very important book which gives everyone the information that they might need. It's not just for seniors, it's also for baby boomers. And we just want to make sure that people realize there's a lot that we have going for them. I want them to also know the number for information and assistance if they don't find everything that they want in the book. They can call, and that number is 410-222-4257 for information and assistance. And we're also on Facebook. Thank you, Pam, very much today for coming on the program and letting people know about our new directory and 50,000 copies out there.
My pleasure, Mary. Pick up your copy today, hot off the press.
Thanks very much. This is Mary Felter, Public Information Officer with the Anne Arundel County Department of Aging and Disabilities for Week in Review. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Mary. Well, you know, Kristin, we always hear a lot about this resource directory guide from our senior population, and it's really one of those great tools that folks just pick up, and there's so many activities they can find to do out there, classes they can take, senior center activities they can go to. So it's really great that they've
it's a
got
great
that
piece.
out for us already.
In this week's Community Spotlight, Mark Chang is at the Chesapeake Arts Center to talk about a summer art program. Mark?
Thanks to both of you in the studio. I'm over here at the Chesapeake Arts Center in Brooklyn Park, and with me today I have Christina Rawls, who's the education coordinator for the center. Christina, thanks a lot for coming on the show. I understand summer's right around the corner. It's going to be very busy in the Chesapeake Arts Center like it always is, actually all season long. And I understand you got some great programs for the young and young at heart at the center. Could you tell us about it?
Yes, well, for the summer, we have programs in dance, theater, music, visual arts, and sometimes creative writing. We actually are starting a new program this summer where we have a group of classes called Summer Weeks, where we have classes that go for 3 hours a day, Monday through Friday, on specific themes for specific ages. One of the examples is we have the Magic of Paper, which is a paper making class where students will learn how to make books, they'll learn how to make their own paper, they'll use paper mache to create sculptures. We also have a really great class called Trash to Treasure, where people learn how to upcycle things that you might have just thrown away, but you can turn into beautiful things like jewelry, bags, etc., etc. We have Storybook Dance Theater, which is for the younger dancers. It's for ages 5 to 6, and Ballet Theater in Maryland teaches that class, and they have wonderful instructors. And some more theater classes. We also have private music lessons and weekly visual art classes for all ages. So that's what we got going for us.
Okay, great.
Really busy.
And when does it start?
It starts in mid-June and goes all the way through the first week of August. And based on what you want to do, we have for the summer weeks, it's different weeks throughout the semester. And for weekly classes, they're usually 6 weeks long, 6 to 8 weeks long. Depending on what works with your schedule. We have a very flexible schedule for anybody who's looking for, a place to have the kids go while you're at work or you need to get away, or we have stuff for adults in the evenings if you want to learn how to watercolor, if you want to learn pottery. We have a fantastic pottery and ceramics studio, which is managed by Joe Vitek, our ceramic artist in residence. He has over 50 years of experience in making pottery, and we also have a gas kiln, 3 electric kilns, and a fabulous pottery program too as well. I think some people don't even know that we have it. I consider it the gem of the Chesapeake Arts Center education program.
Okay, great. And what are typical tuition costs or the supply costs?
It really depends on the class. The longer it is, usually it costs a little more. We have one-day sessions that are anywhere between $20 to $50 to weekly sessions that are anywhere between $100 and $200. We try to keep everything very affordable.
Well, let me ask you this. On the note of affordability, I understand that there's a lot of financial aid or scholarships available. Could you tell us about that?
Yes, we actually have a tuition assistance program. It's based on location. We fund lower income families that are located in Glen Burnie, Brooklyn Park, and Severn. It's actually a grant sponsored by the Anne Arundel Community Services community service development services. And it's really great that they actually recognize that arts education is very helpful in everybody's learning and accessibility and also their community. So we're very fortunate to have that. We fund from 25% to 75% of tuition costs for eligible families.
Okay, great. Well, that is very great, and that's great to help out families all across the board in different demographic segments. I tell you what, just listen to all that you're saying right now. I'm getting excited. I know viewers are out there are getting excited. How can they register?
Well, to register, right now you can do it by phone. You can call us at 410-636-6597. We will take Visa, Discover, or MasterCard. And please know that we are very secure with your numbers, so no problems there. We do, after we process it, we do destroy the numbers afterwards. We also take in mail-in registrations, in person or fax. So if you want to get a catalog, feel free to give us a call. We have print catalogs. We also have a website at chesapeakearts.org. That's www.chesapeakearts.org, and all of our information's on there as well. And just to let everybody know, this is a little sneak peek, in the fall semester we actually will have online registration. This is something we never had before. We're getting back in the times, and we'll have online registration available for our fall 2012 semester as well.
Okay, great. And what's your telephone number and email address?
Our telephone number is 410-636-6597, and you can also email us at info@chesapeakearts.org, or if you have any specific questions about education, classes, if you have any suggestions, you can also email me at christinarr@chesapeakearts.org.
Okay, thanks a lot, Kristin. I really appreciate it, and that's very exciting. It's going to be a very busy summer here at the Chesapeake Arts Center. Well, reporting for Anne Arundel County Week in Review over the Chesapeake Arts Center in Brooklyn Park, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Mark. If our local students' creation at the Recycling Fashion Show the other day is any indication, I think we might find some stars at the Chesapeake Arts Center this summer. We'll see.
Well, next we go to Carolyn Ryan with this week's Recreation and Park Spotlight, and Carolyn is at Severn Elementary School to talk about everybody's favorite dance, Zumba. Carolyn.
Well, we're spicing things up here at Severn Elementary, where we've got Zumba going on, and Rosemary Lindell is with us today, and she's going to tell us a little bit about the Zumba program. Thanks for being on the show.
Oh, I'm delighted. I love sharing information about Zumba.
Well, tell us, what is Zumba?
Zumba is the hottest fitness program in the United States or even in the world today. The whole philosophy behind Zumba is that people hate to exercise. 60% of the American population doesn't exercise regularly. Why? Because exercise, monotonous, boring, just not fun. But Zumba puts the fun in exercise. They have this saying that says, Zumba is fitness in disguise. And that's what it is. You can see people are dancing. They're having a great time. But while they're doing that, they're conditioning their cardiovascular system, they're toning their muscles, and they're burning calories. So they're getting all the benefits of exercise.
Without feeling like they're doing some drudge work, right?
That's right.
Exactly. Well, how long have you been doing Zumba and teaching it?
Well, my background is in dance. My undergraduate degree was in the performing arts, so I was a professional singer and dancer for years. I went on and got a PhD in exercise physiology, which is what I do now, but I still love to dance. So when Zumba came along, I jumped on the bandwagon, I got certified, and I've been teaching for 5 years now.
Great. Well, we're so excited that you're running the Zumba program for Anne Arundel County Recreation and Parks. Now, we're here at Severn Elementary, but there are some other sites, right?
There are. 5 years ago, we started the program with Anne Arundel County Park and Rec, or is it Rec and Park?
Either one.
Either one, all right. And we started with one location, and then gradually we've been adding more locations as the demand has risen. So we are at Severn Elementary. We have classes at Seven Oaks Elementary. We have Piney Orchard Elementary, Lakeshore Elementary, Arnold Elementary, and South County Rec Center. I don't think I missed any. Oh, we're going to be adding a new one in the fall, Folger McKenzie. That's in Severna Park.
Okay, great. So really, all throughout the county.
Throughout the county.
Great. Now, how can folks get involved? How can they get more information?
Well, they can, of course, go to the Anne Arundel County Park and Rec website, or they can contact me. I'm at zumbarose.jimdo.com. I have all the information posted on my website also. So either one of those. And if people would like a Zumba class at their school, they can contact Park and Rec, and we can see about getting one offered there.
Great. Well, thank you again for being on the show and for spicing things up. So if you want more information on Zumba or any of our Recreation and Parks programs, you can go to our website, www.aacounty.org/recparks, or give us a call at 410-222-7313. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Carolyn. Well, it looks like you, well, more so those kids are really working up a sweat out there.
Finally, we want to remind everyone that the Maryland Live Casino is about to open its doors to the public for the first time. The first phase opens on June 6th, and lots of cash from the casino goes to education and public safety. About $15 million is estimated to come from the slot machines this fiscal year alone. The second phase opens in the fall, and when all is said and done, the facility will feature the Cheesecake Factory, Bobby's Burger Palace, Phillips Seafood and the Noodles and Company, the Prime Rib, and my personal favorite, Ram's Head Live. We'll see you there on June 6th.
That's right, the casino's opening is next week. People have been waiting for this for a long time, Kristin. You know, Anne Arundel County's had a lot of projects that have kind of fallen by the wayside. If you go back in history a little bit, the Redskins had a chance to locate their facility. There was a lot of talks in putting it in Laurel, Anne Arundel County.
That's right.
Would have been the home of the Redskins. And then a few years after that, there was a proposal to put a NASCAR speed track over in Pasadena, right on the Pasadena-Baltimore line. Fell through the cracks. Well, this was the third one that came about, and I know 3 years, it's been 2-3 years in the makings, but now it's finally going to come to fruition. It's going to open the doors, and it's going to be a tourist attraction for Anne Arundel County, and a great place for people to go.
I'm excited to see it. It looks great from what I've seen so far.
It looks wonderful inside, and there's a lot of people running around here in the county and everywhere else. I want to work at the casino. If you weren't working at recycling, what would you be doing now, Kristin Lagana?
Oh, geez. If I wasn't working for recycling.
Dream job.
Dream job. Okay. Well, the obvious, as we learned before, I love playing music. So I want to be a rock star.
There you go.
Obviously.
There you go.
But I think something else that would be fun would be to be a travel or food critic, where I'd get to go around and rate restaurants or beaches, and everyone could cater to my whims and all my desires.
There you go.
I could get what I want because they know I'm going to write a review about them. What about you?
Very nice, very nice. I have the dream job. Week in review. This is it. Franklin Cheney, Carolyn Ryan, I kicked them out. I took a little vacation.
Sorry, guys.
You're not taking my job. This is the dream job. Week in review. Nothing better than sitting up here and telling you everything that's going on around Anne Arundel County every week. And folks, that wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode online anytime at www.aacounty.org. Archive episodes are available at blip.tv and on YouTube. You can also subscribe to the free video podcast at iTunes or like us. Yeah, go ahead and do that on Facebook at Anne Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more news and highlights from around your county. We'll see you next time.